Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna from the beautiful state of Florida on that. We understand, and maybe this is coming from your office, Congresswoman, that there could be a vote on this new stopgap funding bill maybe in under 2 hours. Can you give us an idea what's being planned?
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is the vote will occur at 6 p.m. I don't know if they're going to do it by suspension, meaning they would need 2/3. But look, Neil, Democrats have been messaging all along that they don't want to shut the government down. A lot of what you're seeing in this rendition of a CR is basically something that they negotiated just without the extras. And so what we're doing is we are trying to do our jobs, do right by the American people. I do believe this is going to be coming to the floor. Now, it'll be up to every member of Congress to vote their conscience and what's best for their district. But I do think that this is going to pass. And I also want to say, Neil, we are also going to miss you dearly. You've been a great reporter, and I'm very happy to be on with you during your last show.
I'm honored by that, Congresswoman. Thank you very much. I did have a question, though, if you don't mind, on this other feature of this that might win over some of your fellow Republicans, this idea to just pass on the debt ceiling thing for a couple of years. But as you know, the debt ceiling just gets higher and higher and higher. And in the time, there's really no incentive, it would appear, to address that. Now, I know that's an arcane kind of system where you have to just raise it like a credit line on a Visa card. But if that doesn't happen for a couple of years, it's just going to encourage a lot more spending, won't it?
Well, I would typically agree, except for I have been a part of these conversations and negotiations. And what I can tell you is the president is effectively going to be using DOGE. And I'm hearing that there are parts of government spending that have been wasteful government spending that DOGE has identified to the sum of up to $2 trillion that we talked about in cutting during second reconciliation. So I know right now in this version there are no offsets, but I want to remind the American people when we take the White House and Senate in January, this is absolutely going to be topic of discussion. President Trump has effectively fulfilled all of his campaign promises, and his last promise to the American people was to do something about the national debt. And so we have great people, brilliant minds in place, and we are going to be working together. So I know making legislation in Washington can be messy, but we're here to do our job and fulfill our duties to the American people. So we're very happy with this. I know President Trump is happy, and we're looking forward to getting this done for the American people.
Congresswoman, do you think some of your colleagues, and particularly at the White House, or the soon-to-be when they get to the White House, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, and no fans of this interim deal that Speaker Johnson was putting together, the coup de grace, of course, being the president-elect himself, that they just humiliated Speaker Johnson?
I don't think that they humiliated Speaker Johnson. Speaker Johnson knows exactly what he's getting into. He's the Speaker of the House, and to be honest with you, I don't know why anyone would want to be the Speaker of the House. It's a pretty thankless job. But what I can tell you is I think for far too long, Washington, D.C. has gone along to get along, and ultimately what they presented, forcing people like myself, who are, as you know, Neil, very fiscally conservative, sticking us at gunpoint, saying that if, we don't vote for all this extra craziness in this CR, that we won't get our funding for, the hurricane disaster relief. That was pretty crazy. And so what we're seeing right now is you had a massive pressure campaign, rightfully so, where the American people found out how bad the CR was. And honestly, it was good that Speaker Johnson pulled it from the floor, renegotiated it. He's going to put the correct rendition back out there. And in January, when we take all three, the juggernaut, the White House, Senate, and Congress, you are going to see some massive changes. And I think that those are the changes the American people are looking forward to.
Could we see a change in Speaker?
As of right now, no one else is running. So as of right now, it's going to be Speaker Johnson. But ask me again in a couple of days. Washington, D.C. changes very quickly.
You don't sound very enthusiastic about the guy.
I can tell you that I don't know anyone who would want to be Speaker because it's a pretty miserable job. But I'm happy with what he just did and taking President Trump's guidance on this. And I think even moving forward, we do need to change things in D.C. Obviously, that can't happen again. But right now, no one else is stepping up. So as of right now, he's going to be the Republican Speaker.
You're right. No one else has come forward here. But all it takes is a couple who don't flip over the guy to torpedo this thing. I don't know how many will be part of that vote in early January right now, but it's possible Republicans might have, as little as 2 or 3 members. So it wouldn't take much to torpedo all of that, and then you're in a world of mess. I mean, what do you see happening?
Correct. If that were to hypothetically happen, I would hope that those people that would have a game plan and plan B. But again, we're going to take the White House, Senate, and Congress. And so what I would say is, if we have a game plan, we have to roll. But what we can't do is have chaos in January. And look, I was one of the 20 that did oppose Speaker McCarthy for renegotiating the House rules, which effectively has changed the institution as we know it. But again, you know, I don't like to speak in hypotheticals because no one's stuck their head up. And frankly, as of right now, he's the only guy that's a Republican that's running. So until that changes, I won't be able to effectively answer that question.
So you're not interested in becoming Speaker?
Absolutely not.
Okay, just wanted to double check. Congresswoman,
Yes.
very good
No
seeing
way.
you. Thank you very much.
Hey, God bless you. You crushed it. We're sad you're leaving.
All right, I appreciate that.